My name is Akash. I live and work in London. I'm 33 years old and I have ankylosing spondylitis. I was about 19 when I first got my symptoms. Initially, it just started off as a sort of random joint pain in my sort of lower back. But the pain persisted, it started to get worse, it started to spread into my lower back. It was the classic sign of early morning stiffness, when you first wake up and you're very sort of rigid and your body can't move. And then sort of in parallel to that, I started to develop symptoms for another condition called inflammatory bowel disease, which is also can occur alongside axSpA in many people. That led to quite a few additional issues, including things like weight loss. So I did start to feel a lot more ill, a lot more fatigued, a lot more in pain. And then I think that probably started to raise more red flags for the GP to think. I would say it was about 2.5 years from when my symptoms started to being diagnosed. It was a sense of relief because it's like there was a plan of action that could be dealt with. There was a sort of a treatment pathway for that condition. It wasn't just, you may have XYZ, so you can generally do these things. There's not much else you can do. Well, one morning I woke up and I suddenly had this red swollen eye. And I immediately thought, is this uveitis? Because I've heard other people have warned me about it that have ankylosing spondylitis. Many people have a history of uveitis. Eye drops they give you are steroid eye drops, and they work very well for clearing uveitis, but they can cause changes in eye pressure. I was suddenly told one day by a doctor that I'd developed glaucoma, and that's where the pressure in the eye is too high and they need to bring it down with additional drops. You start to lose some bits of vision initially. So then they decided to do some surgery, which kind of solved or helped to manage the problem long term. It's quite distressing because you've gone through sort of angst-spond and IBD, and you feel like you're coming out of that, and then I felt like suddenly now I'm entering this new problem. Ankylosing spondylitis is not only back pain, it's also about understanding what those additional comorbidities, those additional problems that happen with axSpA are. I would say for the most part people have understood, but there's still those slight anxieties that kind of play on your mind, especially when you make plans or you want to do things with other people, but then you get sort of worried as to, oh, I'm going to go to a certain venue, and then for everybody might be sitting in a restaurant, but I might think, oh, there's going to be wooden chairs and I'm going to be sitting for 3-4 hours, and that's going to be really uncomfortable, and how am I going to get around that? That'll kind of build up in my mind, and I'll have to think of ways to do it. And I may have 1 or 2 friends with me that I can explain that to, and they'll sort of understand, but we're still going to do that thing. So it's like, I personally then have to kind of work out what to do, and how to manage it. With my increasing knowledge in terms of exercise and how to physically deal with my condition, it definitely makes me think there is a point I can get to where it can always be better, and I will be able to do more as time goes on. It's important for me to share my story for others to maybe watch this and understand that they're not alone in going through the challenges of dealing with axSpA. There is a series of problems that we all of us sufferers of the condition go through. We can sort of have a collective understanding of that, and that can help us to navigate through them better.